Okay, I'm recording. Yep, I'm ready. Reeves, Ryan loves you. He's the only one who loves you, but he loves you. Yeah, this is an oldie but a goodie. The real question here is, does Haruka know that that's Seiya's song? And if so, would she agree to accompany? I like that she's playing the piano in the most dramatic fucking way possible while wearing a sequined vest and a pirate shirt. My beautiful, beautiful wife is in this one as Taiki. I really, really love the way that they did the starlights in this musical. Or in all of them, actually. In all of them, I'm interested to see, even though I swore I would never watch the new ones ever again, I'm morbidly tempted to watch the new one to see how they do them in that. If you go down to the bottom, you're the one who has to take control of your own life. You have to go hide bubbles. I do it every time, so I forget that they exist. And what a poor world that is, where they haven't met. Their beautiful fucking hate-off is, like, one of my favorite parts of Stars, and I wish it had gone so much deeper into it. Yes! Now sings this in a fan can in, like, a tie-dye shirt and, like, tight white, skinny jeans. Like, incredibly dramatically. We would, but I have to take my mother out for dinner. This song is so much better than Search for Your Love. I feel like I would fight and believe for that every fucking time. I would fight you on any plane that Chasing After You is better than Search for Your Love. It also makes more fucking sense. Like, the lyrics actually make more fucking sense. And I'm not saying that just as a Mayu fangirl, though also is that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love
that this is a fucking high school music festival also. It's true, defeating Search for Your Love is a very, very low bar. Fuck Senshi Band! Fuck Senshi Band! Yeah, why is she wearing chartreuse? I'm not sure why that's happening.
せいやです。あなたのファンです。ありがとう。
I know this is them sensing each other, but I'll never forget when my wife and I watched 180, and she was like, "This is when two attractive butches meet over a femme." Like, yeah, it's not now. I'm sorry. This is not my who I would call my Haruka.
Oh, baby!
I would fucking love to see my Haruka do the high drama of this one, though. She is the second best Haruka. After that, they drop off fucking dramatically as far as who can manage it. She's not bad. Now is of course fucking amazing. And then every single other person has just like failed to impress me. I love their fucking costumes. Yeah, some of them are like brand new characters. Because the Mayus did not give a fuck. It's like the old Mayus are like the anti-Crystal. Like where Crystal like slavishly was devoted to the manga. It was like, but what if we didn't give a single solitary fuck? What about that? Oh, I have no idea what they are. I cannot remember. I get so confused sometimes by the bad guys that are introduced in every Maya that I'm like, okay. Yeah, actually, some of that Haruka Michiru actor date thing is marketing. It's a thing that's really common also with Takarazuka. And so it's like it's hard for me to get into it because I know it's not genuine. And also I don't think she does Haruka well. But that's a personal opinion, and everybody's allowed to have their own. The new Michiru is particularly fucking brilliant. Which makes me upset about a lot of things in the new musicals, but she is brilliant, and she deserves to have her own musical that just follows Michiru around. There's Usagi, stop fucking complaining. I loved Ansa so much as Usagi. That's Kinyanko, I think. Ray is not going to get to sing. That'll go great, Ray. You should do that.
本番。みんなとは一緒に
Who
や
let
り
you be
ま
the
す。
head of anything, Usagi? That's the real question here.
だってさっき声かけられたんだもん。
注意されてただけじゃない。あきらとそれはわがままだよ、さぎちゃん。
委員長の特権です。許してね。許してあげない。本部長、言ったれ。
畑なんちゃんの怒るとき
Everyone sass her!
スリーライツの関係ファンなんだ。
オタクよ、オタク。
はい、それでは鉄を取りたいと思います。うさぎちゃん抜け駆け、反対の人。
ね。何よみんな。
さぎちゃん、自分勝手もいい加減にしろ。
いいもん。何をみんなして。いいだ。私もう帰る。
Taking my ball and going home.
変わんないわね、あの性格。だけどさ、よく考えてみれば、マモルさんも留学しちゃったし、寂しいんだろうな。そうね。ちびうさちゃんも
The rest of us in the audience are fine with Mamoru and Chibiusa being gone, and only hope that it will stay that way.
ねえ、誰がボーカル？そりゃ、一番歌の上手い人よ。なんだ、私の方がうまいわよ。じゃあ、勝負しましょう。おじさん、誰が一番歌がうまいか聞いててくれます？よろしくお願いします。
Wrestle him into judging, Mako.
ラジオヤダンチュル。
青と黒。オーロラの中から降り注ぐ星の雨。
Dramatic exposition.
星々に残された最高の美しさ。いて座アルファ流星。
I really feel like the Sailor Moon franchise has missed an opportunity by never coming out with her brand of perfume.
リコのため今日のリハーサルはジューシー。
No, I didn't hear that, but I won't be able to get any of it. So, I mean, at some point, I have to not care, because it's so hard. It's so hard to get that shit that it ends up just frustrating me.
止めてあのフレグランスあなたを
I love the fucking hipster glasses.
私たちのあのお方は見つかるさ。そのために俺たちは歌ってるんだ。そうだよ。僕たちがもっと有名になればきっとどこかで気づいてくれるよ。それまで絶対に正体をばらすんじゃないぞ。
What a brilliant plan that cannot possibly fail.
そうかな。僕はアイドル好きだな。だって女の子にさ、キャーやケン君かっこいい、サインくださいなんて言われちゃってさ。ちょっと聞いてる？聞いてますよ。それにさ、地球の女の子って結構可愛いよな。俺は女よりスポーツだな。
The Starlights are a lot more fun in the Mayus. They have like amusing personalities instead of all taking their life so seriously.
髪の毛の色一緒だったなと思う。
何よみんな。マモちゃん、みんながウサをいじめます。なんちゃってね。
Nobody has ever suffered as Usagi has suffered.
マモちゃん会いたいな。ウサ、元気か。 彼はこの手紙をマサチューセッツのアパートで書いている。ハーバード大学の生活にもやっと慣れて充実した毎
He's
日。
my favorite Usagi too, Rochelle.
だけどたった一つ足りないものがある。さあ、お前の笑顔だ。会いたくて会えない、寂しくて死にそうよ、もうどうにも耐えられない。あの頃は毎日。
My wife just sent me a text and she's having the audacity to complain about leaving the Porsche 911 behind.
それでも足りない。
You were right. I never said you wouldn't be.
わがまま言ったわね。
I think it's supposed to be green. I'm just not sure it's lit well. I'm not sure.
あの夜、お前の思い出す。抱きしめた。
Yeah, it looks green to me. Mamos should be seen and not heard, Jet.
この空の切な距離だけ。
Lemonades. I think one of my peak live streams of these is when I gave a chicken salad recipe during all of Mamoru's songs.
Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. マモちゃん。
Hi, I've just been standing here watching you angst.
切なさ。
マモルさんから
うん。
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really love about the old Mayas is they didn't take Mamoru very seriously.
手紙屋上に落っことしていかないように。誰かに見られたら恥ずかしいから。
They were very much like, and Mamoru was there.
いいのよ。ね。悲しい時は泣く。嬉しい時は笑う。怒ったら目いっぱい怒鳴る。それがあなたの心でしょ。
セネタさんってお母さんみたい。
よかった。おばさんじゃなくて。
だけどもしアメリカで金髪レジにマモちゃんがナンパされたらどうしよう。
大丈夫。あなたも金髪でしょ。
そっか。よーし。私もマモちゃん命で頑張るぞ。あ、マモちゃんにお返事書かなきゃ。
そうね。
メモ帳。あった。あそこで書いてみようかな。マモちゃんも。ありがとう。
お前は向こうの会場行け。はい。そうそうそうそう。
スリーライツ。あ、ごめんなさい。サインください。
あちら。
ここにサインください。
サインね。
はい。うわー、かっこいいな。
I love how Taiki just sends her on.
命なんです。
マモちゃん命はどうしちゃったの？
ここで何してたんですか？
君に会いに。
嘘。
嘘。この時間になると、
Amazing.
私たちはここに来るんです。星を眺めにね。
This is where I come to look at the stars in angst.
おばさんは？冗談ですよ。そうよね。よろしければお二人に私のポエムをプレゼントしましょう。星よ。星よ。星よ。笹の葉さらさら。の牙に揺れる。 お星様キラキラ。
I would be willing to take Taiki as the Haruka Starlight in this case.
あたり。やったー。なんだもう。君と一緒に歌ってみたかった。似てるんだ。俺たちが探してる人に。何者なの？あなたたち。行こう。なんだ
Unearthly Light. Seth, you've been doing a real lax job of guarding that door. Dangle a child on wires over the stage. Shit. They're like, anyway, here is this pink-haired girl that we threw onto the stage with wires.
スターハンタースターシード探し出してスターシード集める仕事パチパチパチパチパチパチパチパチパチパチパチパチ
No, I love when she flies across the stage and it looks like there's literally zero control to it. They just like sewed her blanket to her back and like threw her across the stage.
するわけにはいかない
It'll be fine.
我らスターハンタースターシード探し出してスターシード持ち帰るべし
Shit.
星はどれも種をスターシード
It's like me doing wire work.
その魂輝く時
それもまたスターシードとな
あの方の欲しい
何か特別のもの
真のシードスターシードのどこにある真のスターシードスターの源
I can't remember the other two's names either.
真のスターはセーラ戦士セーラ戦士のスターシードがクリスタスターシードの最高級品
セーラークリスタ
あの方の気高い理想を咲かせるためのシャドウ育てるためはセーラークリスタルのみ
Yeah, one of them's a fox. I think you're right, Ash.
溢れるスターさに
スリーライ
可能性ある未来のスターの卵
ツ一つに集まるフェスティバル
Tim Fox and Nature Frog. I have no idea.
幕が開けば我らの出番一体誰がセーラー戦士見つけ出すには
変身させろ
変身させるためにはどうする
I would argue that a mouse is also not a great villain. But there we are.
危険な敵を装えば
奴らは
必ず変身する
An off-brand Phantom of the Opera.
後ろ変身させてセーラークリスタルを奪えセーラークリスタルを奪えアクシデント
今こそチャンスまずは手始めにテイク
ファシファシファシファジファシファシファシファジファシファシファシファジファシファシファシファジファシファシファシファジ
Oh, MC Fly. I forgot all about that. Sailor War! The greatest song.
この傷は何だろうどっかで転んだんじゃないのこの勝利はセレニティのものに30世紀で何かあったのかしらあなたが敵この間こそやっつけたばっかりじゃない今太陽系は平和なはずよあ
Sailor War is my favorite song, perhaps. It's either that or The Soldier. If we're counting Sailor War Supreme and Sailor War as two different songs, then Sailor War Supreme wins.
あ
But
寂しが
素直に喜んだら？まあね。いたらいたでうるさいんだけどさ。でさ、ママに。
It's really boring at the time gate, Jet. So, she's had a lot of time to go through the JCPenney's catalog from the moon.
関ちゃん、わかった。ちびうさはママに怒られたのよ。おねしょして。さあちゃん。はるかさん。
彼女を頼む。
どうしたの？
大将何者かに突然襲われたんだ。
座って。はるかさん。油断しちゃったわね。トイレでお化粧直してたら。
After fucking vigorously.
トイレの花子さんじゃない？
バカなこと言ってんじゃないの。
冗談よ。
いや、わかんないわよ。確か。私が口紅を塗っていたとき。
Again, after fucking vigorously.
トイレのドアがギーッと開いて。
I like how Machiru's been attacked and she's still like, anyway, I'm gonna scare the shit out of these girls.
びっくりさせないでください。
あんたがびっくりさせてんでしょ。
私は別に怪しいもんじゃ。
怪しいわよ。病人がいるのよ。スモールレディ。さっき未来から。何しに来たんですか？
実は次々とバンドが襲われています。
どういうこと？
きっとこのコンサートを潰すために。
Shib's stealing your two's thunder.
はるかさんとみちるさんもそいつら。
皆さん、くれぐれもご注意。
Haruka, why do you have so many bruises on your neck? Attacked in the bathroom. It was horrible. It feels so weak.
私絶対中止なんて嫌。そうよ。私なんかスリーライツと一緒に歌えるのよ。
よーし、犯人見つけ出してとっちめてやるか。やろう。あいつらかもしれないな。
あいつら？あの可愛い坊やたち。スリーライツ。
さすがお三方は目の付けどころが違いますの。
また来たよ。しつこいね。
私もあいつらはずーっと怪しいと前々から思っておりました。ギザで暗くて何を考えているのかさっぱりわからない。
そんなわけないわよ。
どうして？
いや、あの人たちは悪い人たちじゃない。
証拠は？
これから調べるわ。一行委員長の名にかけて。ねえ、さきちゃ
You
ん。
had no reputation, Usagi.
調べましょう。
オッケー。トイレは
A reasoned response.
必ず犯人は何か証拠を残しているわ。見て。今から私はこのメンバーを美少女探偵団と呼ぶ。美少女探偵団。徹底的に探すぞ。どこから探すの？楽屋に学生口の子に長くそれからマンチに鏡立っちゃう。トイレはセーラーどこどこわったのためにしてて
This is a great version of this song.
鍵のロッカーあんたのポケットドアの鍵穴トイレはすごい
I like how Chip is still like dying in the background, but they're gonna have a pretty girl detective story. Ray feels left out. Why should Michiru have all the fun? I love their dramatic trench coats so much. Minaga's like, I also have to go to the bathroom, Ray. How strange is that? Mount her! I like how she falls directly on top of Ray.
し目立ちすぎだよ。ちょっと怖いけどここらでばらけて何でもいいから参加しますよ。
Just in the middle there. Run from the bathroom, Usagi. I love how their coats run into each other.
この謎を私が解く。サターンの名にかけて。
I have not yet been possessed, but later, perhaps.
遊ばない
じゃますな。光の怪しいところじゃなくて怪しくないところが本当は一番怪しいものなの。ゴミでも追跡可能よ。
Get it, Saturn.
分析コンピューターなら笹場の春なる
The adults have fucked off.
拾ったと星主を探し当てた押されて強力な探偵光さすところ刺さない暗闇でも見落とさないよ。
Yeah, the way they do the overlap in this song is really cool.
プーチンなんと北斗三大玉よ。そうぶちかまし嵐の夜は嵐をね。あちこちお探し物そんなこんな小さいものでもきっと絶対見つけ出すよ。
I love how Saturn just gets like lumped in with them while the adults are gone.
何かわかりました？
みんな
They make her smart jet.
キーボードのアンパーソン、ギターの弦2本切断。はい。みなこちゃん、屋根裏部屋にガーラの息子、学園の椅子にはハリネズミ。痛そう。はい。ホタルちゃん、トイレットペーパーがすべてガムテープにすり替えられていました。
Later, we found out this is all actually Monaco.
怪しいやつが多すぎてよくわかりません。はい。アミちゃん、ステージは人体反応はありませんが、センサーは生体反応をキャッチしました。邪悪な冷気も多数感じられました。以上、ご苦労様でした。お疲れ様でした。あー、終わった。みんなお片付け。
皆さん
Okay, we solved it. Later.
決めにやってくださいよ。
合ってますよ。
何か証拠品は？
みんな、学生課題1つ、お財布1つ、上履き1つ、100点のテスト1枚。あ、それ私のアミちゃん、それわざと落としたんじゃないの？以上。
これあいつらのです。ほら、名前が書いてある。お財布には大輝、上履きには夜天、カバンには聖夜。
ってことは。
間違いありません。こ
I
れ
love
は
that Seiya's satchel has Seiya written on it in like the most dramatic font ever.
スリーライツ使っている持ち物。私もらった。ちょっと待ってよ。ストップ。
Ruka and Seiya are basically like two giant peacocks, like hissing and shaking their feathers at each other, is essentially what I've gotten out of this.
アミちゃん、靴なんかじーっと眺めてないでよ。違うの。何かついてるの。毛よ。人間の毛じゃないの。
まずい。
動物の毛よ。ね
ネズミと猫とキツネ
I
と
like how she just knows.
犯人は動物だったのか。だけど、毛の生えたカエルだよ。いるんじゃないそこの水族館なら。嘘でも、よかったじゃない。スリーライツが犯人じゃなくて。そうね。水族館
実はさっきね、あの人たちに感じたのよ。私たちと同じ星のオーナー。
屋上だ。早く。
I would love the idea of one of the girls that I consider to be less, like, I don't want to say observant because that sounds like I think they're stupid, but less, like, sensitive than the others. Like Mako being like, what do you mean the aura of stars that we have?
誰なのあんたたち誰よ不吉な風は遊ぶの始まり不気味な影が息を殺して私たちを照らしてる
Yeah, Mako's like, this sounds like some crystal bullshit. I don't know, Ray. Saying it all like heavily air quoted. The aura of stars that we all have is just like theirs. Haruka just standing there nodding her head like, yeah, this is complete bullshit. If I could construct my dream musical, it would have Now as Haruka, and it would have Sayaka from the new ones as the Haruka and Michiru, because I would really like to see that mashup. They did have such amazing chemistry. No, Jet, the answer to be no that because I would pick this Usagi over that Usagi. Yeah, this Usagi kid, I just like her better in general, in pretty much all ways. Pragmatic reasons for the outers to always show up over the inners, but I just really enjoy the implication that they're the first line of defense. And thus more expendable, which works with all of my thoughts and beliefs.
知らなきゃ教えてあげましょう。愛と正義のセーラー服ショート戦士、セーラームーンとは私のことよ。もっとと出ていきなさい。さもないと月に変わってお仕置
全員出揃ったようだな。ならばこちらも教えてやろう。
Nice crop top, bro.
セーラー戦士。
セーラーピューターフォックス、セーラーギンニャンコ、セーラーサンキャロコ、セーラーアイアンマウス。
セーラー戦士
なんですって。私たちもセーラークリスタルを持つセーラー戦士になる。驚いた？ふざけるな。究極のスターシード、セーラークリスタル。
ギャラクシア様
The
のため
soldier will
に
be in your mind forever, Jet, forever and a day. How we destroyed it and we brought up for war crimes. just stand there, you idiots! I mean, admittedly, if I were a Sailor Senshi, I would also stand there and watch her ass get low-key kicked. But, like, in a fun way. Yes, the snapping.
夜の暗闇貫いて自由の大気駆け抜ける三つの聖なる流れ星どれだセーラースターファイターセーラースターメーカーセーラースターヒーラースターライツデンザンスターシリアスレイザー
I'm so jacked. Because Seiya refuses to be defeated by Haruka as far as dramatics go.
彼女に近づくなお前たちは誰だ人に聞く前にそちらが先に名乗るべきじゃない
私たちは太陽系のセーラー戦士。
まだまだ力不足のようね
なんですってあなたたちは私たちの味方なのそれとも
Yes! This is my favorite version of this song.
その名も銀河よ生まれた星離れ地球へ潜む
It's too bad that we can't somehow loop Jill and Mike and my mother into doing this, so we'd have enough parts to do this. I mean, we'd never make it. We would absolutely fucking fail. There is no way we would succeed. But I would be willing to try. Well, I'm naturally material. You can be whoever the fuck you want. Technically, because those two sing together, I could be both of them. I have watched this video so many times on YouTube, and it's like occurring to me as I'm watching it now. Nikki, you can be all of the inners. And we'll make hubby be Saturn. And Mom can be Pluto, and Jill can be the starlights. I think they actually do the subs in about as good a way as you could for this. Oh, we would absolutely fucking fail. Tell me you don't want to hear Jill dramatically singing this. The only person who makes my Japanese pronunciation look good is Jill. Exactly, you and Jill can have a romantic, dramatic moment. Song that I want to hear, like, as I'm marching into any kind of, like, situation that I would call dramatic, like going to Costco on a Saturday. You know Don't worry, Ashley. She's about to show up and die. Katie, you made me choke on my drink. Oh my god. Oh shit. They should have just called this Stars Abridged. Because that's basically what it is.
我々の征服した星の数、およそ2万5千。2万5千。南の重さ、および病原座。北のヤギ座、および竜骨座。東のヘビ使い座、および獅子十六座。
No! I've been conquered!
我々はすでに
Are you the tag to Galaxia, Rochelle? I'm confused by the question. Oh yeah, I can never keep straight what Jet like ends up calling a character that's literally never their name. So because I'm actually the exact opposite of Jet. I'm quite good with names. And so sometimes that's all I can remember about something. I can't remember the storyline. I can't remember what happened, but I can remember the name of the characters years later. I love Galaxia in these musicals so fucking much. I mean, I love Galaxia anyway. Galaxia is my favorite baddie. But in the musicals, I love how they just turn her up to 11. I love her because she's just a nasty fucking piece of work. I just adore it. She's just mean. Also, I love when she and Beryl are a power couple in Ain't Setsu. Galaxia Gorgeous is the best villain song of all of them, and I will fight all of you. Beryl and Galaxia makes plenty of sense. Also, all of the musicals are canon. So you have to live with that. All officially licensed fucking canon, so suck my dick. I take so much fucking pleasure in the fact that the musicals are canon whenever anybody criticizes like weird shit going on in fan fiction anyway. And I'm like, anyway, remember that one musical that's 100% officially licensed canon where Usagi ended up being a fisherman in the Edo period? I totally do. Like, okay, but Jet, let me gently embrace your face as I say this. This is a better canon than the manga. Also, what kind of fucking monster are you to not love Beryl Galaxia power couple? Yes, it is also better than Crystal. Which is also kind of cheating because basically they just took the manga and they're like, wow, this definitely doesn't need a rewrite. My personal feelings are very much like I love the anime and I love Pretty Guardian and I love the old musicals, and then it starts to drop off really sharply after that.
あのものさえいなければ、未来の月の女王は存在しないことに、このアニマメイチ今一度チャンスを。私たちが本気になれば、あんな小娘の一人や二人、いつでも本気で戦え。
The vampire musicals are some of my favorite because they just don't give a fuck. I love the original musicals. I love where they just go nuts. I'm so tired of telling the same story over and over again. I don't need Sailor Moon rebooted every 5 years. They are. They're super fun and amazing. Sometimes I just want to play with these characters that I know really well. Sometimes I don't have to have everything be, my name's Usagi Tsukino. I'm 14 years old. And I go, I know, Usagi. I know. Like, God, I'm sick of the first arc. Yeah, I could live happily if every Sailor Moon story that happened forever after was something different. And would welcome it. And had vampires.
気分が悪い？私、何か大事なことを言わなきゃいけない気がして。だけど、思い出せないの。大丈夫。いつかちゃんと思い出せる。
I love Saturn's little dress. It's so cute. I would wear that.
さて、続いてエントリーナンバー777。麻布十番高校1年生の4人組。
I live in a weird place where, like, I like Chibs and Hotaru, but them being so young, trapped with the fact that I fucking hate time travel shit, means that I never do anything with them.
バンド名はビューティーミスティックダイナマイトユニットスペシャルセンターともツーリームなどなど
Your fucking costume, Ray, is the greatest thing I've ever seen on the planet, and I just think that we should all yeah, I do. Sometimes I just go fuck it and make Chibs a regular, like in Silverleaf right now, I'm like, whatever, Chibs is a regular girl. And just so I can throw this in there. Like, this is such a beautiful 90s moment right now with these costumes, and I need everybody to appreciate it. Minako did direct these. She went to the bargain store. Is it the Daiso? The Daiso is the one that I always go to whenever we're in LA. And she just like picked these up and she's like, anyway, these are costumes now. I love how Chibs is like gritting her teeth while she applauds. Ah. This is definitely a thing, is what she's saying. My cat is fucking snoring so loud, y'all.
さあ皆さん、ここでお待ちかねのスーパーゲストの登場です。Give them a welcome and a big hand. 3 legs.
I fucking love that Yatten has a keytar, and it's everything I've ever lived for.
この花を3ライツに。
Oh my god, is this the one my GIF is from? Because I'm gonna be really excited. I love this sounds like Manic Monday. And I really want them to sing Manic Monday. Not now, but the intro super did. I was like, wow, are they gonna sing Manic Monday? Don't get me wrong, I would absolutely fucking be here for that. But Jan's not even pretending to play. Fuck it. I fucking love these nerds so much. None of them can play and none of them care. I love all the tiny, excited children in the audience also. That's actually something that I really, really love about the old musicals, that they were very, very, very obviously for children. And, like, for children to enjoy. And they had a lot of fun and a lot of heart because of that. That's a look, girl. That's a look. Manako probably thought this looked cool. And her giant boots. Dramatic ballet on either side of Usagi. Amazing. I also love their 0% budget for sets, and they're just like, fuck it. Yes! What a beautiful moment.
入りましたね。
have that GIF, and it's one of my favorite GIFs. We can rewind it. If Jet will rewind it, we can rewind it and see it again.
ギャラクシア様、こいつらが太陽系のセーラー戦士どもです。
One of the greatest moments of all time.
ありがとう。
それそれだろ。
離れろ。大丈夫か？どうしたの？何の音？
Such a beautiful, genuine Haruka moment.
とんだ邪魔が入りましたね。
I love the way that Michiru and Setsuna are chasing her like, Haruka, stop! Haruka, come back! Haruka! She's like, no!
ギャラクシア様、こいつらが太陽系のセーラー戦士どもです。
That and the Michiru eye roll are two of the greatest gifts that have ever come out of the Mayus ever.
私たちのプリンセスよ。
お前か。セーラームーン。あの子か。
一体どうするつもり？
お前たちのセーラークリスタルを
I don't
い
know
た
if
だ
anybody
く。
gifted the eye roll. If they did, they never gave it to me. So,
シャ様が銀河を治める。未来の皇帝はこのお方だ。未来の女王はここにいるシャギよ。
I think you were going to, but I think that anybody could do it. It was in the vampire musical?
もはや未来はない。
The last one, yeah. There were 3, you hyper dramatic moron. And then you wonder why I say okay, Haruka, to you so many times.
今ここで決着をつけてやる。変身するよ。みんなが絶対プレイセット。お前ら。まこちゃん。みなこちゃんどこに消えたの？よかして。
これが我々のやり方だ。あとはまと
It's
め
like
て
the
銀
crack
河。
I made during Arla Soldier that I'm exactly as good a singer as my favorite Michiru actress.
何者だお前たち。邪魔させ。
They're all reaching out for each other and being separated by the darkness. Apparently, but you know, death is like a mild inconvenience in the Sailor Moon realm, so it's like taking a nap. This is legitimately a cool effect if you don't have a ton of money, though.
そしてこの時を止めるのです。
In every Mayu, at the end of every season, when Starbucks is out of pumpkin spice, they just die. It's weird because I can sometimes get into the deaths more later than I can the first time I saw them. Like, the first time I saw 198, I was not emotionally affected at all because I knew it didn't mean shit. And, like, I was super bitter about it. And so it took me several years to, like, get emotionally affected by it. Still want Hotaru's dress, though. Slightly longer. But... This is the weirdest fucking sojourn. And I totally, like, one time I mentioned to somebody that this is fucking weird ass shit, And they're like, oh, well, it's a particular type of Japanese theater. Yes, I know that. I know that. What I don't understand is the particular reason that we're having it in the middle of a Sailor Moon musical. True and fair, Rochelle. True and fair. I've read up on about like the type of particular theater that they're spoofing, and I totally get that. I totally get that if you knew it, you would absolutely know what was happening here. But you can know all of that and there still be no justification for it to be happening in musical. It's once again one of those things where I think that Minako and Haruka are just, snorting various drugs in a cabin in the woods and coming up with great ideas for musicals. They're like, and then, what if we went back to the Edo period and Usagi was a fisherman? That's why I was so happy when you got to that episode of Gravity Falls, Jet, because the whole time I was talking about that, I wanted to reference it, but I couldn't. Yeah, there's an outhouse, the one I'm thinking about taking us to. Yeah, it gets... We have not reached the apex of fucking weirdness here. Every time I watch this musical, I am like, why? Why is this happening? I literally know no matter how many times I've watched it, it never makes any more sense. Yeah, in the Kaite Bond, they were like, go deeper. Go deeper. And I don't know when this cabin excursion is happening because, like, it's gonna get cold here very soon, and I still have to work. And I mean, it's already 40 odd degrees here, but yeah.
ちょっと待った！知らないんだから教えてやら！愛と正義の美少年魚屋！
A pretty boy fishmonger. Yeah, and honestly, the best way to handle this is sure. Like. That's why I always reference this whenever people are like, I don't know about this Sailor Moon AU. I'm like, listen. Canonically, there's a time where Usagi is an Edo period fisherman. You're fine. Like,
どうやら俺を怒らしちまったらしいな。
なんだやろうってのか。どうしたの？抜けなくなっちまった。どの時代でもやっぱりウサギちゃんってそっちなのね。
覚悟しやがれ。
誰か子供を取ってくれ。ウサギ、変身で。こうなる。ちびさ殿、ここは江戸時代なのようでございます。
かかってる。誰だ。もう若さまだったら。あ、気持ち悪い。奥様。ただもんじゃねえな。
世は揉め事は嫌いじゃ。
なめやがって。
だがどうしてもやるというのなら、 お相手いたし。
しゃらくせえ
前へ。ほっ。なんと。
Exactly. It's so helpful to know that, Jet. You're like, anyway, this is also canon, so suck it. Like,
この 死ねろ
yeah, the tenuous reason that we're here
いや
is that Pluto, as she died, was like, you know where these girls need to go is the Edo period, and thought that was a good idea.
もう大丈夫じゃ。
どうも、ありがとうございました。
よいよい。
よかったね。はい、この薬。よく効く抗生物質よ。
That I just carry with me as a small child.
はい。ほらよ。お父っつぁんに食わしてやんな。
おお。
タコ。タコ。ありがとうございました。
Michiru shows up.
ありがとうございました。タコ。お父っつぁん。
いやー、めでたし、めでたしじゃ。
お殿様。素敵。最高でした。
お。うさのすけとやら。要は、そちと
Yeah, I like that all of a sudden this is made gay, and I'm 1,000% more interested.
大丈夫。二人はちゃんと結ばれるから。ね。ところであんたたち誰かい？どっから来たの？説明のしようがないんです。何かお困りのようだ。
We're color-coded girls from the future.
ここにもくれてやら。あれや。きっと学科の役に立つぜ。嬉しいだな。嬉しいだろ。はい。
うさのすけ。
はい。
茶でも飲むか。
はい。バイバーイ。
あっちずぶ。
Anyway, that was fucking weird.
私たち一生ここにいるのでございましょうか。わかりませぬ。マタジ君が。よかったー。ホタルちゃん、早くこっちに捕まって。
Grab our giant dildo of the future.
“大丈夫？サンキュー。助かった。どうやらみんなバラバラに引き離されたらしいな。ギャラクシアのやつ、汚い手を使いやがって。君たち、一体誰なんだ？僕たちはやって！
I will punch you.
ジェッタ！
Anyway, we're not that, so we're doing okay.
今、ヴィーナスとジェクターがあいつらにやられたのか？
多分気のせいだわ。
いや、現実だ。ギャラクシアの力は計り知れない。そう、ステーラークリスタルを奪われたか。
いい加減なこと言わないで。
アーズ、ラッキー。アコちゃんとミナコちゃんは死んでなんかいないわ。いくらスーパーアイドルでも許せないわよ。ウサギちゃんは行こう、探しに。ミナコちゃんたちもきっと見つかるわ。
What are you gonna do? Fly through past Ray? Yes, Ray and Michiru holding hands.
待て。一つだけ聞く。死んでもいいんだな。私たちは命なんて惜しくない。あの人さえ守れれば。私たちの仲間もそうやって死んでいった。
あなたたちは。
hate how they have them actually transform on stage.
お
I
互い
would
に。
argue.
いや、これは奴らの作戦だわ。
One never knows. The idea of the Senshi spiraling through time is actually a pretty interesting idea, I would argue. As weird as it might be.
みんな、どこにいるの？聞こえたら返事をして。
Alone, alone, so all alone, on a wide and wine dark sea.
ムーンクライシスメイクアップ。ダメだ。
変身できまる。どうだ
I like how she obviously knows that, and she's like, "Oh, you can't transform, bitch."
守ってるだけ。
お前の部下をすべて殺すことになるぞ。
部下なんかじゃない。友達なの。ずーっと一緒にいるって約束した大切な仲間なの。あなたも仲間でしょ。
I love her so much. I love how terrible she is. She's like, "Friends, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit."
今からお前の仲間とやら戦って死んでいく姿をじっくり見せてやる。
I love all Galaxias, but yeah, this is pretty fucking good. Yes! Correct. Good.
エゴチョ。あなたの霊感だけが頼りなのよ。
This also really works with my belief that the difference between Rei and Michiru is that Rei's sense has a sense of immediacy, and Neptune's is future based.
集中できない。他のことに気を取られないで。秒とシャカル。ネプチューン。大丈夫。まずネプチューン。早く出口を。だっていいから早く。でも
Get the fuck out! God, I love her.
シャカル。
Be a fucking soldier, Rei.
このおにゃこ様がいただいたわ。ギャラクティカパ
Michiru threw herself in front of Rei. See, Jet, you thought you would find nothing to love here.
バカな。
よくもネプチューンを。
とどめを。
I sort of enjoy this a lot as an alternate stars ending, too.
すごい集中力だったわね。それでこそセーラー戦士。私が倒れてもあなたがいるわ。
Yeah, right? This is good shit. Good shit. Dying with Haruka's name on her lips. Literally, all I would change about that would that she would say Haruka instead of Uranus. But other than that, ace high, beautiful, pure, good.
も もう少しでここの場所がどこだか解読できる。あ、
Oh yeah, Ray's still alive and super pissed.
もうちょっとなんだけど。ネプチューン、どうしたのウラヌス。
今ネプチューンが死んだ。僕にはわかる。
あら、こんなところにいたの？
よくもネプチューンをワールドシェイキン。
こっちよ、おバカさん。
くそ、そっちか。ワールドシェイキン。
Haruka totally doesn't listen. Like,
何度やっても同じこと。残るはあと一人。
マーキュリー早く逃げろ。鏡の入射角とさえ分かれて何してる。早く逃げろ。
it's an illusion. Fuck off.
こっちから行くわよ。
She sensed Michiru die. You know.
マーキュリーやったー。ラプソディ。
Haruka's had a bad day all around.
ここまで。ガラクシア様。
The question I always like to ask when I watch this is, did Haruka say Ami because she liked her or because she knew Michiru was dead?
プリンセスを守れ。
Or because Haruka's Haruka, and is like looking for a reason to die heroically.
マーキュリー、もう来ないで。お願い、私の声聞いて、マーキュリー。ウサギちゃん。
They're all beautiful possibilities, but you see why I could consider this a really great alternate stars Senshi Murder ending.
わからない。みんなどこにいるの？聞いて二人とも。もうダメだよ。
I would tweak it slightly where I would have Jupiter and Venus go like bursting into Galaxia's throne room like a couple of fucking idiots and try to face her head on, which I think would be a fitting ending for the two of them.
わかるの。今までの戦いとは違う。
I hate to do this, but I need to have you pause it for a second. I'm sorry, I've ruined your life. Ash, I say this with great love, tenderness, beauty, purity. I can have plenty of the original 3 Senshi. Although I do love Rei very, very, very much. I'm not gonna feed you, you little son of a bitch. It's not time for you to have dinner. Shockingly, my mood on feeding you has not changed from 5 minutes ago. Okay, I'm back.
今までの戦いとは違う。今度こそ、誰も。うさぎ、覚悟はできてるよ。うさぎちゃん、私たちを愛して。
God damn. Y'all need to be quiet for a minute so I can roll back through the chat. Okay, I give up.
愛し合えたから私がいたあなたなし私は私でいられないこの命とあなたに捧げていた置いていかないでいや一人では生きられない
This song is performed multiple times, doesn't it? Am I completely misremembering that? Fate has come to meet us with death.
Princess, 聞こえますか時の傍らに佇み果てしなく
Pluto!
が定めあなたに会えて
Everybody tell me that this would, like, I was super served with 198 and I am not complaining. But in many ways, I appreciate this much more as an ending to Stars. I feel like everybody gets their moment much more. Other than poor Banaka Mako, who don't get their ending, who don't get their moment in the original Stars ending anyway. So. Which is my favorite home accessory. I love the way she does that. It's not the way that, like, I get super annoyed with Usagi's crying because I'm an unempathetic piece of shit. And there's something about that particular scene that's much more emotionally affecting to me because it's this raw, animalistic scream of pain instead of this, like, half-assed sobbing. She seems more legitimately upset to me. She was so good. She was so good. Yeah. Despite getting served the hell out of by 198, I think in general this would have been a better way to take the Stars ending. Even if it meant sacrificing the absolute beautiful fucking buffet I was served. Also, like, unpopular opinion, I would buy the sell of Haruka backhanding Usagi so fast that it would make your fucking head spin.
ご覧ください。銀河系から奪ったスターシードがこの温室の中でぐんぐん
What's
成
weird
長
is that, and I'm gonna say this in really, really, really vague terms because Jet's here. And Jet, don't worry about going away. I feel super fine doing this vague because anybody who knows what I'm talking about will know what I'm talking about. I really like the way I like Usagi in Pretty Guardian because the narrative allows Usagi to be wrong sometimes. And but the anime I really struggle with her.
弱すぎて物足りなかったけどね。あとはこの場所にゴールデンクリスタルとシルバークリスタルの種を植えるだけ。
銀河統一まであと一歩。ギャラクシア様に栄光あれ。
I love Born Galaxia so much. Like, anyway, I'm just sitting here in my metal fetish gear, bored out of my mind.
ああいう戦い方もある。
Yeah, we're in the old Mayus. Nobody gives a shit about Mamoru, Ash. So probably? I don't know. I don't actually know. The musical pays so little attention to him that it sort of doesn't matter.
怒りと悲しみのエネルギーが彼女を変身させたか。
And I love how pissed she is here. I'm so happy to see a pissed Usagi. Who's like, man, am I fucking done here. Like, yes, bitch!
ここまで来た。さすが太陽系のプリンセス。許さない。
God, I'm like so mad right now because how much would I have loved this as an end to Stars where she's like, you know what? I'm done asking. I'm done being nice. I'm so fucking angry right now. Like
者たちの戦い方。犬死にという。あなたを憎む。
Yes! Yes! Lay her to waste!
何がおかしい？
お前には尊厳な死を与えよう。今のお前のエネルギーと私の力がぶつかり合えば宇宙は滅びるかもしれない。
This to me is like actual character growth for Usagi. Where she's finally hit the moment where she does not care anymore. Yeah, fuck Mamoru, honestly. I know, I'm sorry. Right up to this moment, I'm like, this is a fucking great Stars ending.
ちょうどいい。お前とは昔からいつか決着をつけねばと思っていた。ジャカちゃん、私の真似をしたお返しだ。
無益な戦いは必要ない。だがどうしてもやるというのなら、 相手になろう。
Nobody cares about you too, about you too, about you too. Nobody cares about you too. Get the fuck off of my screen.
これでお前も最後だ。
The big stick of justice!
この棒、どっかで見たよ。
セイラチビビーゴーさんうるさいからただいま参上。
まだ生き残りが。
セーラームーンセーラームーンセーラームーン
Wake up and fuck shit up!
二人とも無事だったのね。
他のみんなは？
セーラームーン早くママを助けてあげて。そうしないと。
大丈夫よ。一足先に未来に行ってきたわ。
Also, I really like that the girls don't die to protect the Starlights. They die protecting Usagi. And I like the Starlights. I like the Starlights a lot. But I don't appreciate that part of the ending of Stars.
滅ぼされ、宇宙のさまよい人となった我々の恨み、今日こそ晴らす。こちらもお前たちを探していたところだ。
わからないのか。戦いはこうやって無限の戦いを呼ぶしかないんだ。
ならば戦いの目はすべて抹殺してみせよう。
ギャラクシア。
良いか。
And if I had to keep, like, the death order and whatever, like, the same, the one thing I would have changed about 198 is I would have had Haruka be like, anyway, since I'm dying for my princess, if you could not be a little bitch and could actually fight instead of running, that would be super great.
そうではない。未来を守るため。
Yeah. Exactly, and then just dies. The gay disco! Hikari Ono is my Mayu wife, and she will always be. Riona Tate Michi is my Mayu girlfriend, though. And that's okay.
我らを守護し星の光に。
Yeah, I really appreciate this version of the ending of Stars a lot.
我が天使に再び命を。エターナルセーラームーン、私の力を当てる。デジリモンレボリューション。スターライトムーンセラピーキス。
I don't like the resurrection because I literally never like it, but I do appreciate that they tried to make it do something, I guess. It's not just, anyway, and then I embraced Galaxia, who, while I was naked, and all of a sudden everybody was alive again, I guess.
何？
戦いの戦士セーラーマーズ。地の戦士セーラーマーキュリー。炎の戦士セーラージュピター。愛の戦士セーラーヴィーナス。気象の戦士セーラーウラクス。紅葉の戦士セーラーネプチューン。
Sailor of Embrace, for some reason.
セーラークルートン。
More of Fate just fucking Michiru over.
私たちはあなたのそばにいる。みんなセーラー
Sailor Pluto, showing up!
皆様、
ギャラクシア様。私を守ってくれる人がいる。そしてあなたを守ってくれる人がいる。
Fuck her up!
いいですか。 それぞれみんなの未来がある。それを捨ててまで私たちを守ってくれる人たち。ギャラクシア。
I have way too much to do for this to be a practical desire, but I really, 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 really want to rewrite the end of Stars using this rubric. I wouldn't do it 100%, but mostly using this rubric.
臆病です。私はいつも戦うのが怖いわ。できるならいつでも逃げ出したい。だけど私を守ってくれる人たちがいる。私が守ら
Yeah,
なきゃい
that
けない
was actually like Jet's quote-unquote fault that I rewrote the Vampire Mayus. But and I really liked the way it turned out.
むしろ先でいたいよ。
お前たちよくこんなもののために戦えるな。
だから戦う。
I'm looking forward to that once I move down to halftime, is that some of the things that I can write will be things like this that just capture my attention.
臆病戦士か。
臆病者はいつだって吠える。
何？
死ぬことが怖いんじゃないわ。小さな幸せをなくすことが怖いの。
貴様たちそれでも星の戦
Well,
士
that's why
か。
we have my writing, Rochelle, where I can just have people stay dead. I wouldn't even necessarily have to have them stay dead. I could, I've done Resurrection and Wait. I rewrote the end of Stars with Sailor Galaxia. Somebody prompted me something, and I had everybody come back. I had to work within that thing, and I did something that I felt I could live with.
兵士たちのようにな。
And, but honestly, I would just like to see Usagi be like, no, I'm pissed and I'm going to fuck you up.
こんなに怖くて震えてる。だけどあなたには負けない。
やれ
Kill them. Mortal Kombat! Yeah, they actually, in this, I forgot that how much I liked the ending of this musical. They really do push it pretty far here. You had so much faith in us, Rochelle, but, alas. Also, Jet, go fuck yourself because I see how you're directly reflecting that Cagney and Lacey episode. You know what you did. Fuck them up. I don't know, but I do know that when I was reading back through the backlog of Jet, that somebody got like mad at her for making fun of how stupid it is. Like things in Sailor Moon make sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Sailor Moon deeply, dearly. It's been a major part of my life. There are many, many, many parts of Sailor Moon that you can fairly look at and go, anyway, this is stupid.
Seamless moving the ball!
inner is a practical weapon also.
遠く聞いたりあの恋は隠れそう愛の続きを探すため私たち
Yeah, but they never really. I mean, like the chain would be very, very, very difficult to do on stage. I watched Gogo Yubari's fight with the bride a million times to figure out how to write that. But I will never, literally my bitterness about Mina not getting to keep her sword and not getting to be the one to fucking kill Beryl will never end. It will never end.
この戦いの結末、私が勝つ
And no matter how faithful something is to the manga, they always fuck that up. Crystal took it away from her as well, and the new musicals took it away from her as well.
戦いは戦いを呼ぶ
Yes! Fly, Galaxia! And I like that they didn't redeem her. I legitimately enjoy that. This ending also made more sense to me, but that's just me. So...
流星があんなに
みんな一つ一つ夢があったんだよね
Yeah, Galaxia was just like, I'll be back later, I guess.
みんな一つ一つが輝いていたんだよねうさぎそうやって呼ばれたいうさぎちゃんそうやって普通の名で普通の女の子でその時私一番輝いていたんだと思う
今一つ
Well, and her wrestling with her shitty ass destiny, too. Instead of just being like, this is fine, I guess.
安らぎの中で流し合ったきららの涙伝説
Mica is a very, very shiny mineral, so I guess, like, glitter tears is probably the best I could come up with. Which seems on brand for Usagi.
変わらぬでしょうか愛をなくしたでしょうか愛が生まれたでしょうか
No, they're alive.
ここに私たちがいてあの空に星があるようにあの星にもまた空があり
Taiki looks good in this fucking musical.
輝くでしょう 巡り巡るのでしょうか
Exactly, Jet. Exactly.
あらぬでしょうか愛をなくしたでしょうか
She's just like, Ray, if you ever let Usagi hug me again,
晴れたでしょうか
please train your pet. Exactly, Jet. That's when you died, even if they're just going to, like, the ramen bar. is still coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, 本日のフェスティバル、これにておしまい。
The Soldier always reminds me of the old musicals, which got me back into Sailor Moon. So I have a lot of like very emotional feelings about The Soldier. I was actually like really bitter because I really liked the first two new musicals. And I am very, very bitter that they didn't continue to have The Soldier be like the closing number. And I'm sure there's reasons behind that, but I'm also sure that I don't give a fuck. So Hikari, my wife. Sene, you are the only other acceptable Haruka. Sailor Mars gets her own bow.
みんなの次はセーラーチビム。プリンスタキシードカメ。我らがプリンセスセーラームーン。
Hansa, you were the greatest Usagi of them all.
Did you enjoy the music of time? We will see you again. Thank you.
Yes! I have told Jet that someday somebody is going to commission us to do the dance to this, and I have many resources for you to learn how to do this dance. What's funny is I know the dance for this, but I only know Michiru's part. So you would have to be Usagi, Jet. At my own wedding, my friend Mab was actually Usagi's part, because I'm like, I've literally only watched Michiru during this. Technically, for a shout out is dancing at that level, you would have to do it. This is me! Your incentive is getting to see me. You do, though. You do. You talk so tough now, a week out from having seen me. No, actually the choreography is pretty easy. Honestly. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. I forgot how much I appreciated the ending of that. And how much that's basically, to me, a much better Stars ending than what we got. Even though I get served much less in that than I do in the actual Stars ending, from like a perspective on the actual show, I think it's a better ending. Yeah, watching in a group group is way more fun. I think that most of like the reason to watch the Mayus with me on live stream have nothing to do with me or anything that I have to say about any of it, but have to do with the fact that it's really fun to watch these in a group. And so yeah, I look forward to what we decide to do in October. And because I have this paid up all the way through the end of the year. So, I fucking love Ann Tetsu. So I am stoked beyond all belief. Yes, and the final day one is both the best and greatest. And yes, I'm super stoked for that. All the musicals have a place in my heart, but Ann Tetsu is one of my very favorites. And probably in my top 3, maybe. So I'm very, 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 very excited. No, we haven't watched it yet. It does not have vampires in it. I think the ones we've watched on here are Kaguya, all of the vampire ones, this and this one. So wait, okay, I might be thinking of the wrong one. So anyway, I'll send a list and make sure that no, it's really not, depending on if I'm remembering the right one. But I might not be. So I might have been, I don't know. I might have been remembering a different one. So, which is totally fine. I can't remember the name of anything. And so I could, like, when we get to, like, the opening parts, I'm like, wait, this is not the one. Exactly, I am so let Ami go to Germany. So yeah, we've seen all the vampires and we've seen Kaguya, which is my favorite. But we still have much to see. Well, isn't that the very first Mayu then? The first Onsa Mayu? Yeah, no, this one is the first Onsa Mayu we've seen. I agree with that. Now I want to go to Sea of Serenity and look at the list. Okay, no. Okay, and Tetsu is the one that I'm thinking of then. When you said it's the first Mayu, I was like, oh, wow, it must be completely different from the one that I'm thinking of. Although the first Mayu is very much a treat in its own way. It's one of those where I suggest that everybody liquor up a couple hours in advance. So, yes, and I still think she is the greatest Haruka. Now is the greatest Haruka of all time, but that is okay. She's quite good, and then everybody after her. For me personally, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. For me personally, everybody drops off sharply after those two. So, and then I think Sayaka is my favorite Michiru, or would be if the writing supported her more. I don't know. I have a lot of very, very, very complex feelings about the new ones. And so yeah. I know. I found one that was kind of like that, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but it was very close. It was very close. I should play it sometime in here. Anyway, I need to go get ready to go take my mom to dinner. Thank you all so much for joining me. I had a wonderful time. I hope all of y'all had a good time. For those of you who are Chibs Hotaru centric, you should watch and wait for the next chapter of Silverleaf coming out this month. The last chapter included them as well, but the next chapter includes them in a very strong way. So be looking for that. Other than that, I don't really think I have. I hope y'all will join me for BioShock later in the week, which was originally on Wednesday, but I actually think that I fucked up and it will have to be Thursday because I think it's going to interfere with Rosh Hashanah services. So it might actually be Thursday night instead of Wednesday night, but I have to double check my temple's calendar and see how badly I fucked up. Yes, well, anyway, thank you all, and I will see you all later, and hopefully we'll continue to do these because I have a lot of fun. You know, I always love the Mayus, and I really enjoy watching them.